Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode in our 5th and final season, where you are looking at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race results here from Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta, where it was Lane Riggs picking up his second win of the season over Ryan Ellis with back-to-back podium finishes. Then Rajah Caruth, William Sawalich, Parker Kligerman in the top 5, Daniel Hemrick, Corey LaJoie, Caden Honeycutt, Taylor Gray, and Ty Majeski, your top 10 from Atlanta. Then you see through the rest of the grid where everybody else finished. Connor Mozak's nightmare season continues, but congrats to Lane Riggs on the win here at Atlanta. So the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I'm going to get a standings update as well for the Xfinity Series. They have 7 races to go in the regular season. It remains Sawalich, Caruth, Riggs, Hemrick, Majeski in the top 10 in points, all with their wins provisionally into the chase pretty comfortably. Then Ryan Truex, Anthony Alfredo, Corey Day looking pretty good on points. Caden Honeycutt now has even got himself a little bit of a cushion. Brandon Jones currently in 14 points above Taylor Gray. Sammy Smith, Nick Sanchez still holding down the 2 wild card positions. Then you got, Harrison Burton, Austin Dillon, Ryan Sieg right there on the outside looking in. Smithley, Tanner Gray, Retzloff definitely got a win. Mason Massey, he does have that win, but he's 84 points behind Sanchez for that final wild card spot. So it's unlikely that he will find his way in, but we will see. So congrats to Lane Riggs on the win. In the background, we've been practicing and qualifying for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Aspen Dental Eldora Dirt Derby, as our one dirt race on any of this 3 major series schedule is here at Eldora. Corey LaJoie, a dominant truck from Spire Motorsports, puts it on pole position. Chandler Smith, who's second in points, has a start at the rear of the field after pre-race inspection issues. We're once again in the number 98 truck, this time the farm paint colors on our Thor Sport Ford F-150. As we are green and underway, here the Dirt Derby in Eldora from position number 10. A solid top 10 qualifying effort from us on the outside of the rookie of Brent Cruz in that number 1 truck for Tricon Garage. We're trying to work this outside lane, get something happening, big block there, a little bit of contact with Cruz. That's how about his teammate Gio Ruggiero getting the bumper out. Of course, your points leader, 4-time winner of the season, Ruggiero getting aggressive. Myself and him are now battling Connor Hall, 3 wide. There's the 45 of Caden Honeycutt, of course, a very accomplished dirt racer in his own right, former Snowball Derby winner. So now we are trying to go by Honeycutt and Connor Hall, which we will do for 8th place. Now setting our sights on Gio Ruggiero for P7. LaJoie, meanwhile, is at the front of the field leading a Spire Motorsports 1-2-3 as Larson and LaJoie battle for the lead. Jake Finch runs in 3rd. So Larson leads that lap. Then you got the 34 of Todd Gilliland, Grant Enfinger, Ben Rhodes, Ruggiero, and myself as we try to get 7 from Ruggiero and 6 from Rhodes here in turn 1 and 2, which we will do. We clear Ben Rhodes into 6th we go. Now we use the 9 of Grant Enfinger to our advantage, but the 91 of Connor Hall uses us up. Here comes Connor Hall from McNally Hilgerman Racing. 91 truck up to 5th. We have to settle into 6th, which is where we're going to finish this stage, as Corey LaJoie dominates and wins stage 1 here at Eldora. We end up P6, earning a solid 5 stage points. Spire Motorsports 1, 2, 3, LaJoie, Larson, and Finch. Todd Gilliland 4th. Connor Hall runs on the top 5. Myself in 6th. Butterbean Queen in 7th. Points leader Ruggiero in 8th, Ben Rhodes 9th, and Chandler Smith from the rear of the field gets a P10, gets a stage point. Very impressive drive from the 38 truck, but Corey LaJoie dominates stage 1 here at Eldora. Now into the second stage of racing, another 10-lap stage here. We restart here from 6th, trying to cross over Connor Hall and Todd Gilliland to make it 3 wide down the Eldora back straight away, if you even call it that. Such a nice little short dirt track here, as we will go by Hall and Gilliland on the inside to 4th we go. Now we go to the inside of Jake Finch, trying to break up the Spire Motorsports chokehold on the top 3 positions in this race, which we do. We clear Finch for 3rd. Now setting our sights on our good buddy Kyle Larson in the 07 truck. Of course, we've had so many run-ins this season in Cup and IndyCar. It's been just a thing. Now here we are once again battling for position in the Truck Series, where we will do a slide job at Larson, take 2nd away, and set our sights on LaJoie, who we will not be able to track down, as LaJoie wins stage 2 and sweeps the stages in dominating fashion here at Eldora. How about Corey LaJoie? We come home 2nd, Connor Hall 3rd, Jake Finch and Chandler Smith run out the top 5. Then Kyle Larson, Gio Ruggiero, Ben Rhodes, Todd Gilliland, and Butterbean Queen the top 10. So LaJoie seems to have the truck to beat, but we are slowly working our way forwards. The track and the truck coming to us here. So it's 13 laps to go here in this final stage of the race. We're trying to work the outside of LaJoie here, try to get the lead for the first time tonight here and try to run away with it. If we can find a way by this 7 truck, we're going to send it in turn 3 underneath LaJoie, trying to get the lead away. Big slide job, and we do. We are now leading at Eldora for the first time tonight with just 12 laps remaining in the Dirt Derby. We go a little bit of a higher line up the Racetrack. LaJoy to our inside. We're going to be side by side down this back straightaway into 3 and 4. Battling for the race lead here in Eldora. Myself, LaJoy, we go a little bit low. LaJoy gets into us and spins us sideways. LaJoy getting into us, spins us out, now shoving us up into the wall. Next to the turn 4, and we have both fumbled away a ton of positions. Chandler Smith to the lead from the rear of the field. Can you believe that? Now, a few laps later, we are trying to get these positions back. We dropped all the way to 10th, so now we're going to get up to 8th. They're going by Rhodes and Brendan Queen. Now setting your sights on Ruggiero, Connor Hall, Todd Gilliland. Just 10 laps to go here at Eldora. I'm trying to push my way forward. I see LaJoy working his way up there. I'm frustrated at the 7. I know if I'm going to get back to him, I am going to lay the bumper to him, that's for sure. As we are now going to send it into turn 4, clear for 5th place over Ruggiero. Now closing in on Kyle Larson, as now it is Jake Finch battling LaJoy, who has somehow made his way all the way back up there for the lead here at Eldora. Can Finch get his 2nd career win? Not quite. LaJoy to the lead. Look out for Timmy Hill. Spun out on the entry of turn 3. No caution. Some poor officiating from NASCAR here tonight. 6 to go. We have climbed all the way back up to 2nd, but it's once again Corey LaJoy standing in our way. We barely dodge the 56 here, coming to the white flag. White flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank at Eldora for Corey LaJoy in the 7, who has put on an incredibly dominant performance here tonight. He's led the most laps, swept the stage, is about to bring home the race win. You know, now without a little bit of controversy kind of wrecking us to cost us the victories, we try to send it as deep as we can without clobbering the 56 in turn 3, but it's not enough, and Corey LaJoy wins at Eldora. He's going to the playoffs. We come home heartbroken in 2nd. Jake Finch, a great effort in 3rd. Connor Hall and Chandler Smith from the rear rounds out the top 5. Kyle Larson comes home 6th. Points leader Gio Ruggiero 7th. Todd Gilliland 8th. Brendan Queen 9th. And Jake Garcia rounds out the top 10. See the rest of the grid there. Friesen, Honeycutt, disappointing today. Expect a lot more from them. And, of course, Timmy Hill. Unbelievable. NASCAR did not throw the caution for him there, being stuck for lap after lap after lap. Will finish dead last. But Corey LaJoy has finally won a race in the top 3 National Series of NASCAR. This is actually his 2nd, as if you remember back to last season, he did actually win a truck race in this number 7 truck, and he's done it again. So now, there's an updated Truck Series playoff grid. 4 races to go until their playoffs. Ruggiero obviously cruising to the regular season championship. Chandler Smith and Finger still looking good on points. LaJoy now up to 4th in points, and with that win is in the playoffs. Brendan Queen 14 points above Ankrum for the final slot, top 5 in points. Ankrum Cruz holding the 2 wildcard spots on points, and Jake Finch holds that 3rd one with his victory he had a few races ago. And then Stuart Friesen, Jake Garcia, Ben Rhodes, Andres Perez looking for points still, but pretty much getting closer and closer to must-win territory if they want to find their way into these playoffs. In the background, we're practicing qualifying today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Quaker State 400 here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, or formerly known as Atlanta, now known as Echo Park Speedway. Stories of the race today: Chase Elliott to the rear of the field after failing pre-race inspection. And how about his teammate Alex Bowman puts it on pole position here in Atlanta as he tries to win his way into the chase for the Cup. As here we go, we are starting this race from position number 18. Mid-pack here after somewhat okay qualifying effort. Our number 2 Freightliner Ford trying to extend our top 10 streak to 18 races in a row to start the season. We have been on fire. Of course, this is the first race of the in-season challenge. The 2nd time we are doing this. Here we did it last season. We were able to win the inaugural in-season challenge. Of course, we have the number 2 seed matched up against 38 of Zane Smith, the 31 seed here today. As we're on the lap 1 here, already going by Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier, as well as the 34 to get up into the top 15. Now working by Daniel Suarez, Ross Chastain's Honda, and Noah Gregson, who seems to be a little bit slow here at the start. We fly into 12th, already up 6 spots from the drop of the green flag in 1 lap. Now setting our sights on Ty Gibbs and Connor Zillich, which the winner of that matchup will face either myself or Zane Smith at Chicagoland Speedway. Next episode in the 2nd round of the in-season challenge. So we go by them and Hamlin. Now into the top 10 for the first time today, up to P9. Now going by the 67 of Corey Heim, who's been pretty solid the last couple of races. Go by him to 8th. Now the inside of our teammate Ryan Blaney for 7th, maxing out into turn 1, really pushing the pace. Now you'll go by the 45 of Tyler Reddick for 6th. Pole sitter Alex Bowman dropping back in the middle. We split him 3 wide. We do put him in the middle, and he's in no man's land. Bowman continuing to drop down the field here like a rock as we are now into 5th, trying to get by his Hendrick teammates of William Byron and Kyle Larson into turn 3. We make it all the way to the inside lane, slide up the track, a little bit of Kyle Byron shoving him way up the track. Larson bounces off the wall, near disaster. Incredible save by William Byron. Hamlin rockets on through to get 3rd place. Now the ensuing lap we will be able to cross over William Byron here and get back into 4th position now, just facing now Denny Hamlin, Carson Hocevar, and our teammate, the race leader, Joey Logano, in the number 22, as the Penske drafting track dominance only continues here today at Echo Park Speedway. Now we close in on the 11 of Hamlin for 3rd. A little bit of a moment right there. Going to be side drafting him down the front straightaway, trying to get this position with everything we've got here. 18 to go in this opening stage of racing. And we will clear Hamlin for 3rd. Now setting our sights on Carson Hocevar and race leader Joey Logano. 16 to go in stage 1. Here we go to the inside of Carson Hocevar for 2nd, continuing to charge through the field. We do have a very fast Penske Ford here today. Now up to 2nd place, up 16 spots from the drop of the green flag. Now field upstairs closing in on our teammate Joey Logano. Here we go to the inside for the race lead. Trying to continue our streak of Atlanta dominance. Trying to get our 8th Atlanta win in the history. We have ran here through 10 Atlanta races. That's 15 to go in stage 1. We are door slamming, a little bit of contact. Logano sideways. He hangs on to it. Nice save by Logano, but we are now into the lead for the first time today here at Echo Park Speedway as we clear Joey Logano and Carson Hocevar. Now field ups later coming in for scheduled green flag stops the end of stage 1. Hocevar drives directly into us there. Not sure what he was thinking. But we both come down. We're coming in for 4 tires of fuel here, and the caution will come out while we are in our pit stall, which puts us in this very interesting scenario where we are going to let this pit stop play out here, and then we are going to elect to not pit, stay on the racetrack, and we should be able to keep the race lead here. And that's exactly what we are going to do. Some great strategy from us here, and the caution timed out perfectly, so now we are restarting in the lead. 10 to go in stage 1 here. Everyone has enough fuel and tires to make it to the end of the stage. We clear our teammate Ryan Blaney and look to drive away in the race lead here. Hopefully bring home our 14th stage win this season. And here comes Blaney like a lap or 2 later to our inside out of turn 2. A tremendous move by the 12. And our teammate Blaney now will be leading this race for the first time. I try to cross him over, just can't get the grip to do it. A few laps later, we do finally catch up to Blaney. Penske right now running 1, 2, 3. Blaney, myself, and Logano in complete control of the field here at Atlanta. Tell me where you've seen this before. 7 to go in stage 1. Big side drop to the inside of Blaney with a push from Joey Logano. And now we are right back into the race lead here at Atlanta, battling our Penske teammates as we have brought the pace, and like Penske usually does, we are dominating these drafting track races in complete control of the race. Here comes Blaney for the crossover to our inside here. A few laps later, a tremendous battle here, but it's clean, hard racing, exactly what you love to see. Blaney back to the lead. We're back to 2nd, and we were able to move Blaney off the bottom just a little bit once again. Big side draft exit at turn 4, really pushing it, trying to get this lead away from Ryan Blaney. Here we go, 4 to go in stage number 1. It is an intense battle for the lead and for the stage win here at Atlanta between myself and my Penske teammate of Ryan Blaney, who we will finally clear for the race lead. Now here we are with 2 to go in the stage. Bubba Wallace up to 2nd. The caution is going to come out, ending stage 1 prematurely. So we do pick up the stage win over Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Logano, the top 5. Larson, McDowell, Chastain, Carson Hocevar, and Chase Elliott, the top 10. So that is our 14th stage win of this season, by far the most of anybody in the Cup Series. So now on to stage 2 as we start to work our way into the nighttime here at Atlanta. It is going to be a 26-lap stage, so 1 lap longer than stage number 1. Field we're trying to hold the race lead, and here comes the 11 of Denny Hamlin. We chop his nose off an entry of the corner, but Hamlin sends it in the inside lane on exit, and here comes Denny Hamlin. The 11 drives his way to the race lead here at Atlanta. He will get around us. Now lap 31, trouble. The 77 of Carson Hocevar has an engine failure and gets ran into by Austin Hill in the 3. Hocevar out of this race here at Atlanta. Caution is out, and Hocevar, well, unfortunately, after having a great start to the race and really running top 5 all day long, will be out, and he will also be eliminated from the in-season challenge. Jesse Love moving on to round number 2 as we clear the 11 Denny Hamlin on the restart, back in control of this race. Now here comes our teammate Joey Logano within a few laps. So now 14 to go on the stage. Here comes Logano wanting the race lead back once again. The Penske dominance only continues. Myself and Joey still controlling this race. He's driven way off from us a few laps later. Now Denny Hamlin trying to get around us for a second as I get a push from Blaney. So once again, 3 of the top 4 spots occupied by Team Penske Ford. It's just absolute domination here in Atlanta, but Denny Hamlin seems to be the one car that can hang with us and consistently battle us for these positions at the front of the field. Now that Hocevar is out and we slide way up the racetrack, a little too wide after we hit the apron, and now Blaney to our inside, and we're going to drop down to position number 4 as Hamlin and Blaney both go by. And so now we are moving on. Now Hamlin comes down pit road, as does Joey Logano. So Blaney and myself stay out an extra lap here on this pit cycle here to end stage number 2, and the caution is going to come out at a very intriguing time. So everyone still makes their pit stop. So we're still going to restart here in second with 2 to go in stage 2 alongside our teammate of Ryan Blaney. It's basically a 2-lap dash here to the end of the stage. I'm just trying to clear him and hopefully drive away to secure a stage sweep here today. You know, we got to make up all the points that we were penalized by NASCAR over the last couple of weeks after, you know, some not so clean racing. The way we walled McDowell at Canada, and before that, the way we drove at Pocono, you know, against Hamlin and others. Not Pocono, Michigan rather, against Hamlin and others. Now here we are back in the race lead as we clear Blaney and Chastain. Final lap of the stage. With that pass, we're going to be able to hold on to win stage number 2 and get our 15th stage win of the season. We win stage 2 here in Echo Park Speedway, holding off our teammate of Ryan Blaney, then Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano the top 5, followed by McDowell, Wallace. How about John Hunter Nemechek in 8th? Larson and Seabell rounds out the top 10. So we pull off the stage sweep here. Penske absolutely dominant here tonight in Atlanta. On to the 3rd and final stage of racing we go. So we are 22 to go here in this final stage of our final race here at Atlanta in NASCAR Heat 5. Behind the 40 of Justin Allgaier for position number 13. Nice, beautiful move there. Just a little bit of a tap to the bumper in the middle of 1 and 2. Sends Allgaier to the middle. We zoom on by him and Gregson into 12th. Blaney giving us a nice big push here as we go by the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen for position number 11. Now setting our sights on the 7 of Daniel Suarez and the 67 of Corey Heim here to bring in the top 10. 3 wide, been a little bit of contact to 7 and Heim here into turn 1. 26 to go behind us. Big double slide, synchronized spinning almost. What a save by Corey Heim and Daniel Suarez. Nearly taking out the whole field. They somehow save it, but now a pretty big separation from the top 10 to the rest of the field as we try to work our way by Chase Elliott now for 8th with just 25 laps remaining here in Atlanta. You go by Elliott now in the corner. Larson holds up, or McDowell rather, holds up Larson. Allows us to go 3 wide to the middle. We are going to get by Larson here for 7th. Now side draft Michael McDowell has been having a very strong run here tonight in that number 71 for Spire Motorsports to get into 6th. Now we'll go by Joey Logano and Ross Chastain to get all the way up to position number 4, charging our way into the conversation for the lead once again. How about the 6 of Justin Haley, consistent as ever, running position number 3. We'll get to the inside of Haley, take that spot away from him. And now set our sights on Denny Hamlin and John Hunter Nemechek. How about Nemechek battling for the race lead here for Legacy Motor Club, having a huge turnaround here today at Atlanta, trying to get his first career cup win. 23 to go to the inside of Hamlin we go. We get to the inside of him and Nemechek, 3 wide pass for the lead, and we are going to clear Hamlin and Nemechek, and we are now leading here at Atlanta in the final stage of racing. Tremendous stuff from us here. But now Hamlin crosses us over to the inside down the back straightaway. As what I forgot to mention at the beginning of this stage was we did pit with Blaney, Bubba, and a lot of other guys to top off on fuel. That's why we restarted so far back in the field. Hamlin now coming in for his scheduled green flag stop, so we'll hold the race lead. Nemechek now going to cross us over to the inside as we come across the line. Caution! 19 laps to go. Caution is out. Could not find why, so now we're going to have a restart here with 16 laps to go. Myself and Nemechek will easily clear the 42 on the restart driveway until Hamlin gets to our inside. A little bit of contact. Denny Hamlin getting the bumper out. Takes the lead back here at Atlanta. We drop down to 3rd. Blaney even gives us a little bit of a shunt there next to the corner, a little bit of a door slam. So we just put that in the back of our minds. Our teammate, we don't want to have any beef within Team Penske, so we get back to the inside of Blaney, get after it here. Fighting for second position here out of turn 3 and 4, coming down this front straightaway here. Now just 12 laps remaining. Looks like we got one more pit stop left in this race here at Atlanta before the run to the finish. And that pit stop will come in the final 5 laps of the race. Hamlin the lead. We secure P2. They're trying to chase back. Hamlin once again. He's slowing down. Look out, smoke up ahead. That's the 34 of Todd Gillen going extremely slow. We barely avoid plowing into the back of the 34. Tremendous wreck avoidance by us. And now we come in for our scheduled green flag stop here in the final few laps of the race after staying out the longest of anybody. 4 to go. We are in, looking for just right sides and fuel to get to the end, and the caution once again comes out while we're on pit road as the 20 blows a tire. Bell takes out his teammate Denny Hamlin down with him, and in a huge turn of events, Hamlin will be trapped one lap down after being one of the dominant cars all night. That will cost him the victory. So we are going to take 2 tires here on this pit stop. Then what we're actually going to do is we're going to pit again, take 4 tires and fuel. So 2 to go. We're restarting here in 12th. I want to gamble because keynote here, the 38 is in front of us right now. Zane Smith is in position to eliminate us in the in-season challenge. I did not want to stay out on 2 old tires. I didn't feel confident that way. I would rather lose charging on fresh tires and dropping back on older tires. Now here we are, easily driving right back in the top 10 by Riley Herbst, having a great run on the 35. Now here's the 38. This is our in-season challenge opponent. We have got to beat Zane Smith here, and we do. Thank you, Shane Van Gisbergen, with the big block in the middle. We easily drive by the 38. A little bit of contact with Chastain. Me trying to just get in line, misjudging the gap. My bad. Apologies to the 1. Now chasing down Justin Haley. This is the final lap presented by Credit One Bank. Here is our teammate Joey Logano trying to hold off Bubba Wallace for the win here at Atlanta. Huge run down the backstretch. We go to the inside of Haley and Byron trying to get back. Can we get the win? We get blocked in turn 3 by Blaney, our teammate, and there's nowhere we can go. Now to turn 4 for the final time. Joey Logano is going to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bubba Wallace second, Blaney third. We come home 4th. Byron rounds out the top 5, and oh, so close to victory and sweeping Atlanta this season, but not quite in the cards for us today. That caution was just at a really, really bad time for us and ended up costing us the victory there, but we still recover to keep our top 10 streak alive, now 18 races in a row, and get a 3 Penske cars inside the top 4. Tremendous effort, and still a Penske car won, so good for the team and the captain with Logano in victory lane. Justin Haley, Ross Chastain, SVG, Zane Smith, and Josh Berry. Great top 10 runs for those guys. How about Riley Herbst? Season best run of 11th. Hamlin ends up 14th after that incident. Bell down in 27th. You know, hosts of our Zilich, Gilliland, Suarez, all teams out of the race. How about Tyler Reddick, the number 1 seed in the tournament, finishing 34th. So here's the updated playoff grid. 8 races to go in the regular season. Logano now takes that 4th spot in the playoff grid. Myself, Busher, Byron, and him winners in the top 10 of points. Larson, Hamlin, Bell, and Blaney have enormous points cushion, so I think they're going to be just fine. Chastain at plus 29, Berry plus 22. Reddick now back down to occupying the first wildcard spot, which means Chase Briscoe occupies the second. Justin Haley out by 22 and 13th. Elliott out by 27. Hosts of our Bubba Wallace, SVG, those guys pretty much got to find victory lane soon if they want to find their way into the chase. Priest 49 points behind Briscoe for that final wildcard position, currently 22nd in the point standings. So, in-season challenge update. The number 1 seed goes down as it did in real life. Austin Hill upsets Tyler Reddick to advance to the second round, where he'll face Bubba Wallace, who takes out SVG. William Byron will face Christopher Bell. How about this matchup? Larson versus Hamlin at Chicagoland. Sign me up. Ryan Blaney versus Jesse Love. We, of course, advance. We will face Ty Gibbs. Justin Haley will face Alex Bowman. Chris Buescher will face Noah Gragson. And Ross Chastain will face today's winner, Joey Logano, in the 22. So a good little in-season challenge second round we got coming up for us at Chicagoland Speedway. Now, that's the end of this episode. As always, I'm going to give a shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley for your support. Really appreciate it. It means a ton to me. Help this channel continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. Only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. If you want to get a shout out at the end of the video like these 3 and become a paid channel member, link is in the description down below. And until next episode from Chicagoland, I hope you all have a good one.